The August 2022 update has landed on Zwift across all platforms, and here's a quick look at what you can expect to see next time you log in. Pace partners have graduated to their own section on the new home screen. Automatic screenshots become a little smarter in-game. There's some new head wheels. Zwift Academy 2022 has been soft launched. And the much warned about removal of support for older operating systems comes into effect. Okay, first up, looking at the updates to the Pace partners. Here on my home screen on a Windows 11 machine, we can see Find a Pace partner is now located down here with all the Pace partners listed across the bottom. And we can click and drag those. If you have a touch screen, you can touch screen and drag. But all the Pace partners have graduated to down here. So a little bit easier to find, and there's more information on screen about those. So let's check out Cadence right here. So we have Cadence's name, current watts per kilo, current speed, and an estimate of a number of riders that are currently with the Coco bunch. So over at Draft, we have 115, with Drops, we have 36, Disc, we have 100, so there's a couple of new names there as well. Those numbers are, I think, a bit bold. I'm not quite sure. There's 568 people here with the rider formerly known as Bowie over here. But it does give a good indication of how popular those rides are. Another brilliant addition with this update is when you click on the Pace partner to see what route or route they are on, we'll see the entire route or route, but also see exactly where that Pace partner is. Now, you don't want to drop in to a Pace partner if they're halfway up Alpe d'Huez, and I had that happen the other day. It's very handy to know. So if we're on, let's say, triple flat loops, we can see that Draft is out here in a little transit area on the island. And once that draws in, you might get a good indication of the direction that it's heading as well. So there's no direction indication on there. The icon is very, very small, but you can see that line just passed through there. So you can expect to be the path traversed going in that direction. Also super handy if you do not have the route badge, and we click on a route here and the Pace partner is nearing the start of the route. So we can see here that Uncatil is, well, probably, what, a third into that route there. If you wanted to get the route badge, join them when they're around here, rip through the course, and away you go. So it's a super neat little update there for the Pace partners. I would love to see them up here at the top and have their own landing screen. But for now, that's where they are. And remembering, we can scroll sideways to get to those. If you're like me and always looking for the screenshot button when you've just achieved a route badge, this will now take place automatically. So if you do anything spectacular in game, the game will automatically take the screenshot for you and present it as a list of screenshots you can add to your ride once you've finished. Over in the drop shop, there are some new wheels from Head. And these are the Head Vanquish RC6 Pro, 3 stars aero, 3 stars weight, and actually don't look too bad on my Blue Giant. So let's go ahead and purchase those for just over 227,000 drops and equip those on the bike. Looks good. Pity about the disc brakes and the caliper brakes on that bike. Can never be too careful on a bike though. I guess that's why they call it the safety bike. Onto a sneaky peek of the Zwift Academy 2022, which has been soft launch, which means the website's up, but we can't do too much with it yet. I believe this all goes really live on the 15th of August. But we can see from the website, Zwift Academy Road runs from September 12th through to October 9th. It includes 6 structured workouts, 1 baseline ride, and 1 finish line ride, with the baseline ride having a few additional smarts this year, building on last year's baseline ride where we did a sprint, a shorter VO2 effort, and a harder, I guess, FTP-ish kind of effort up a longer hill. From August 15th, there'll be a number of rides which takes you through what Zwift Academy is all about. These last for 26 minutes and are a no-drop group ride. So keep an eye out for the Zwift Academy road events coming up on your Zwift calendar soon. Always big, big numbers in any of those events. And finally this month, the much warned about removal of support for older operating systems comes into effect. So if you've got an old potato from say 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that's just been scraping through with Zwift at low frame rates, that may not be able to run Zwift anymore. Now Zwift's position on this is kind of tough. Read any discussion on Zwift and people say the graphics suck, the development's too slow. But also in the same conversations, people are saying, hey look, I want it to run on older platforms. You can't really have both. The older operating systems are a very small minority that are technically holding development back in certain areas. Now I started off building computers when the 286 was around. We went to 386, 386DX, 486 SX, 486 DX, DX2, etc. Upgrades were always a thing every few months. Hardware these days, it lasts a few years. And yes, I am impacted by this as well. I have an old iPhone 6, which will no longer be able to run my companion app, according to the documentation that I've been emailed many, many times this month. And to be honest, look, an Apple TV 4K is a big upgrade from almost anything that's been removed from support this month. You'll get better frame rates, have a better experience, you'll have better support for ongoing updates. It's just a better solution for most people, not for everyone. Anyhow, just my 2 cents on the removal of support for older operating systems and older hardware on the Zwift platform. So there we have it, what's new on Zwift for August 2022. And similar to what a hairdresser told me around 20 years ago, things are becoming a little thin on top. So my question, viewers, is what is Zwift's road gain as they launch into winter season 2022-2023? Is it level 51? Is it new roads? Is it more pace partners? Is it Zwift rowing? Is that what people want? Let us know in the comments below. Now, doing a bit of snooping behind the scenes of what's dropping down onto our machines with these updates, there's a lot of things being seeded for what's coming up. But there's not a lot happening when rubber hits the virtual road. And that's what keeps me coming back to Zwift. These updates, these new things to discover, there's been a lack of those lately. So I'm keen to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What could they do to keep you sticking around on Zwift or returning for the upcoming winter season? For me, I want all of the above. I want new levels, new roads, new experiences. Maybe even a calibration option for my power meter, but one can only hope and dream. And we'll leave it there for today. We'll see you down below in the comments, and we'll see you soon in the next video.